What's going on, guys? Well, I'm bummed today. I messed up some gear, which is kind of rare. It's even more rare that two of these different things happen in the same day. So the first thing that happened was I have my Leatherman Wingman, and I was EDCing this. This all happened yesterday, by the way. I was EDCing this as my main folding knife because I had the little pocket organizer and I had a small slip joint inside the pocket. So I figured, all right, I have nothing clipped there. So the last couple weeks, on and off, I've been carrying the full-size Wingman. And so I'm going to get out of my car, and the angle was just right where the end of this pocket clip, okay, keep in mind it's in my pants, it's clipped to my pocket, it caught the steering wheel, and it literally caught it straight on, so it bent the clip up, and also gouged my steering wheel, which stinks, because it's not easy to replace a steering wheel. It's not the end of the world, but now my steering wheel has some scratches here and there underneath from literally whatever pocket clip I have. It could be from my gun, could be from my pocket knife, but as I'm getting in and out of the car, sometimes it rubs a little bit. This just so happened to catch just right where I felt the snag. I stopped moving immediately, but it was already too late. Once it jammed into it, it pulled it out of my pocket. It was sitting on the seat like this, and when I went to put it in my pocket, I realized that the pocket clip was hyperextended. All right, it's supposed to be flush against the frame there. Not the end of the world. I have to, luckily with this multi-tool, I can take it apart. So I'll take this screw out. I'll have to, carefully bend that clip back. All right, so it's tight against the frame and it has a tighter hold on the pocket. But just kind of a pain in the butt. Now that wouldn't normally be kind of whatever. But it was less than an hour later that I was using my cold steel spike. And when I was done using it, I put it back in the sheath, but for some reason I didn't push it all the way in. I put it back in the sheath, I guess maybe because I was focused on what I was doing, but that's it. I didn't click it in, okay? Now there's nothing wrong with the sheath. It does not shake loose, all right? To make this very clear, this snaps in totally fine. I've taken this in and out literally hundreds of times. It had been over 1,000 times now. But this time, instead of putting it all the way in and snapping it, for some reason I put it in and like, oh. And that's what happened. It fell out. And it landed on the ground sideways, like it was slow motion. It fell out, I'm like, no, and it kind of did this. It went doosh, 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 doosh. And like, it stinks. So, because this has such a delicate tip, it messed up the tip. And it actually rolled over. I got the old jeweler's loop here. So let's take a close look at the damage. Alright, so as you guys can see, the tip is literally bent over to one side. And it looks a little bit more dramatic just because we're looking at it so close. But yeah, that stinks. So the tip is bent. What I will have to do, which is not a huge deal, but I'm going to try to lightly bend it back, but I know it's going to snap. Whether I sand it down on a stone or do that, either way I'm going to snap off a very small portion of that tip, and I'm going to have to reprofile it, okay? So the very, very, very tip will be broken off, and then I'll basically start taking metal off the back to meet up with the front edge, so it's still a nice acute point, and then I'll have to resharpen it. All right, a little tricky with this particular knife, as opposed to just a standard knife and maybe like a 20-degree angle or something. Now at the end of the day, neither one of these are detrimental. I can obviously still use both these tools, but it still stinks. The most damage really was the gouge in my steering wheel. It's kind of underneath, you can't really see it. It's not gonna start falling apart or anything like that, but it, I know it's there, so it's super annoying. but yeah, I mean, this knife is cheap enough to easily replace. But because I've been using this one, and there's no reason not to, I will slightly reprofile it. And then of course the pocket clip I have to take off and just bend. So yeah, I don't know, just sharing my gear woes with you. I'm sure everyone has a story of some time where something happened to your gear, whether it broke from misuse or abuse, or in this case just an accident. I had 2 accidents within an hour from each other. It's just kind of a bummer. So, but luckily there's pretty easy solutions here. Could have been a lot more of an expensive knife. In this case, it could have snapped the clip or something, or broke the actual tool. I wouldn't have done that, getting out of my car, but let's say it fell on the ground or something and something snapped. Who knows? It could be a lot worse, and like I said, I mean, I'd like you guys to post comments down below of different things that's happened to your gear, and I'm sure you have horror stories compared to this. But anyway, just sharing my experiences as usual. So thanks for watching. Looking forward to the comments and your stories on gear mishaps, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Hope you guys have a great day. Take care.